Wow, it's another week, everybody. It's another week. Don't believe the hype. Donovan Sadiq, Dimitri K, we are in the house, and we are here to make sure that you guys get the information that you guys need. It is Tuesday. Today's the 19th? 18th. I'm always a day ahead or a day behind. So I'm just in a hurry to get up out of here, I guess.
Okay.
But welcome to the show, you guys. This is the Donovan Sadiq portion. I would like to start by saying thank you to you guys that subscribe and look at our channel. For those of you guys who have been asking me, and I just figured it out thanks to Dimitri K, the Advice Show has changed their name to
the African Diaspora something.
Yeah, see, I got to say this to my man Phil. You want to keep everything as simple as possible.
Let me see. African Diaspora Network or something.
I'm not saying he can't change because it is his channel, but you're going to lose a lot of subscribers because they don't know how to, I don't even know how to spell it and go into that and think about it. But anyway.
I don't think you lose subscribers. It's just,
it makes it harder.
And most people just who follow it just going to refer to him as the Advice Show because that's what most of us know it as,
Right. So if you're looking for it, it's still out there. It's just that he changed the name and it's going to still do great, wonderful things. But we're going to beat you out to South Africa, Phil. That's for damn sure. So, again, thank you guys for coming to the show. Don't believe the hype, Donovan Sadiq section. Before I start,
the African Diaspora News Channel.
Okay, so that's what it's called. So if you guys are looking for it, or if you're interested, please subscribe, like, and like I said, he's a very informative brother. And as the black media, we as black media need to support each other as well and put those good information things out there. Behind me right now, for those of you guys that are watching the YouTube channel, by the way, Dimitri K's last thing got flagged because we had a little clip of Good Times, but it'll be up as soon as they clear it because, again, every show I put up fair use.
Yeah.
And it was a Father's Day, and so that was a Father's Day segment, and the segment that I used was the one where James in Florida and the gang, JJ joined the gang or that thing, and I thought that was, the importance of having a father in a family is, especially in the black community, is so important because that is the central figure, the protector, the warrior, the leader. And when you took James out of the Good Times, it changed the whole dynamic of the show. It totally did because it's just a different aspect. So that video will be up, but it is still on the podcast and a lot of things. So it'll be up soon. And then it's also on her Facebook page. So go to Facebook and you can see the video there, but it'll be up on YouTube soon enough. Behind me right now is a green screen. If you would pull this green screen down, you would see a door. And that's reality. And behind that door is probably my cat or my dog or whatever, and that's reality. And that's what we mean by don't believe the hype. Don't just go with the sound bites and what sounds good or, oh, wow, she's light-skinned and, oh, he's this and he plays good music. Go behind the scenes and really research for yourself what they're trying to get you to do.
Right.
That's what reality is. And all we do is provide you the information. We get a lot of hate. At least I do. I get a lot of hate comments on our show and stuff, and that's okay because at least you got an opinion. You got a lot of people out here that don't have an opinion.
Right.
So let's get into it. My partner, Dimitri K from the Dimitri K Show, 3 p.m. Facebook Live, Pacific Standard Time. So you guys check her show out. What I want to talk about today, and it's a very important thing, this week it's going to be very important. It is, they have finally, after 10 years, have put the reparations issue on the congressional thing. The media is going to come out. They're going to make a big old spectacle saying, see, look, we're paying attention. We're going to talk about it. Talk about reparations. Now, before we get into it really deep, because I know Dee's got a lot on her mind. I see her wheels spinning. Did they talk to the Asians when they gave them their reparations?
Not that I can recall.
They didn't talk. They cut the check. The Jews, Bernie Sanders, got to give him some respect.
He said Joe Biden.
I got to give Bernie respect. He said, no, I ain't for no goddamn reparations.
Well, not
for black people.
Yeah, but I say not for us.
Yeah, for black people. Unfortunately, he's not going to get my vote. But that's his stance. Got to respect it. But how are you for reparations for your people, but you're not for my people?
First law of nature, self-preservation.
Exactly. And, I want you guys to really understand how important this thing is. What they are doing, and let me make a quick narrative, they are going to bring Danny Glover up. Now, Danny Glover is a Pan-Africanism. He's in the Pan-Africanism.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He is not the person that should be talking and representing.
Why not?
The reparations.
There's nothing wrong with Pan-Africanism. Marcus Garvey, that was his whole movement. Was Pan-Africanism.
No, exactly. But what I'm saying is, he is not the one that is qualified to talk on it. On reparations.
Go ahead.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
Because what they do is, and it's the same gimmick they use all the time. They get this successful Negro, and they say, look, he made it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Danny Glover is an awesome activist. But that's not the person I think you should have.
Well, who should do it?
Let's see. Let's say some lawyers. Because we're talking about money here.
Who? I mean, because the reason why, and I get what you're saying, because there's a lot of conversation around actually who should do it. Because Malcolm X talked about how a lot of times they'll get the celebrities and this, that, and the other to speak for the African American community, the black community, whatever you want to call it. Now, I hear what you're saying, because I would prefer they have somebody like Dr. Claude Anderson go and speak about reparations. Okay, but I'm okay with people who have some celebrity. Danny Glover is a well-known celebrity. He's going up, because to me it's almost like Kaepernick.
Okay.
People give Kaepernick a hard time too. Oh, well, no, he just got all these millions of dollars, this, that, and the other. But it's like it cost this dude a lot of money, his career, and everything. I take a step back before he took a knee. He didn't have to do that.
Right.
He's well off. He's good looking. But what I'm saying, he's got all this fame. He didn't need to do that.
Sure.
But he did. Danny Glover's got millions on top of millions of dollars in fame and fortune. He don't have to do that.
I'm a big Danny Glover fan. He was awesome in Predator too.
He doesn't have to do that either. But the point that I'm making is a lot of times, because I put the Ta-Nehisi Coates thing on there because he's the one that wrote the thing about reparations in 2014, and he's also going to Congress with Danny Glover. Somebody says, well, he's not qualified. And I said, why isn't he qualified? And they couldn't give me a good answer. I said, well, I would rather have somebody who has some sort of pull to go and get the attention. Same thing like with Kim Kardashian. People say, well, why is she doing it? God damn it, she getting black people free. Oh, whoop-de-whoop up the street don't have that kind of pull. Kim could still be naked, doing naked stuff on Instagram, but she's taking the time to take her platform to go and help get people free. So I don't have a problem with that.
Right, but see, this is why I say he's not I'm not saying he's not qualified to talk about it, but what I'm saying is he is justifying talk. We don't need to talk. We don't need to talk.
Okay, but
wait. We need lawyers up there that are going to say, this is what it's going to cost. We're talking tangibles. We don't have time to talk. The only talking we should do is to take the 10 trillions annually, and how is the United States government going to cut us our checks?
I get that, but goddamn it, that ain't what's going to happen right now, because they ain't been trying. Because they just haven't. We haven't been at this point ever in the reparation movement. And when I say this point, we've had John Conyers and a whole bunch of other people talk about it, put it on the Congress floor, this, that, and the other. But we are now seeing more and more black people galvanize. You got people calling themselves the ADOS, and a whole host of other people are galvanizing and say, hey, you know what? They're right. We don't need to give up our vote until we get our money, or whatever the case is. So now we're at this point.
Then why don't you have an ADOS person up there talking as well?
Well, how do you know that he's not?
He's not he's come out and said he's not a.
Okay, but what difference does it make?
It doesn't make a difference. What I'm saying is, though, why don't you have an ADOS member up there talking
Because they haven't invited an ADOS member.
Right. They're doing the same ploy they always do. A swerve.
We can't keep shooting ourselves in the foot.
That isn't what I'm saying, though.
But you are saying that.
No, I'm not.
Okay, what you saying?
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, okay, you can have Danny Glover up there. You could have the other guy, the writer of the thing. What about the other people that should be involved in this? And I don't even think it was a conversation.
Well, I'm asking you, like, who?
It doesn't matter. You need lawyers up there. You need a member of the ADOS up there.
But they're not there at this moment.
But who's and this goes back to what I'm trying to tell you. It's the same swerve.
Write us a check. Right? They're not going to
forget the check. Who is making the decisions of who gets to talk and who doesn't?
Okay, do we even know what they're going to go say?
Yeah, they're talking
about what?
Reparations.
Okay, okay, they're talking about reparations. Do we know what exactly? Do you know if they're going to go and say, hey, write us a check today? Do you know exactly what they're going to be saying?
I don't know what they're going to be saying, but what I'm saying is Congressional Black Talkers, these people have been up there for years.
I get it. I understand it.
They could have had hearings within themselves to deal with this issue and be ready for it. These talks should have been happened. What they're doing is they're throwing a curveball at us again because it always works.
Well, we know that. I think that's a given that they, being the CBC,
Congressional Black Talkers
Caucus, we know that's what they're doing. We know there doesn't need to be any research or any of that kind of stuff because it's been researched to death. Like I said, I would that they would invite somebody like Dr. Claude Anderson up there because he has it down pat. He has his powernomics thing, talks about group economics and the whole nine. He understands what it is that need to be done. But until that point, see, that's the kind of stuff we need to be pushing for instead of saying, oh, well, this person shouldn't go. Because when I ask people, well, then who should go? Nobody really knows. It just know, well, they shouldn't go.
Well, Demetra K should go.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it.
Demetra K should go. All expenses paid, of course.
Right. But the point I'm making is, well, then we should be getting behind that. Like, we should get behind somebody like Dr. Claude Anderson and say, this is who, but see, the problem with this is, within the ADOS community, there's a huge schism. I for a fact know that the leader, Yvette Cornell, who's the one that kind of reinvented the ADOS because it's not a new concept.
Right, and there's another guy named Tone Talk.
Yes, she has spoken very ill of Dr. Claude Anderson, very disrespectfully, and so there's that whole schism. There's a lot of people who like Dr. Claude Anderson, but you can't go around disrespecting people. And so when we say, oh, well, Danny Glover shouldn't go or Ta-Nehisi Coates shouldn't go, and then we don't have a person who should go, that's problematic because it just seems like we want the progress, but we don't want to get behind the right person who should go.
No, and I agree with you wholeheartedly what you're saying, but here's the thing. Who made the decision that Danny Glover is going to talk? Doesn't matter, okay?
Right.
It doesn't matter. Here's my thing. Congressional Black Talkers are up there doing what they're got to do. That's fine. Louis Farrakhan should be up there speaking.
Okay, well, you know that's not going to happen.
Right. But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the same curve. And so my point of this heated debate right here is this issue, regardless of what side you're on it, who can talk, who doesn't need to talk, we need to pay attention.
Well, yeah, and I think
to what's been said,
because we have been paying attention. I think that's why. I know that's why it's going back. Because even Ta-Nehisi Coates said when he wrote the thing in 2014, up until now, he didn't think that it was going to go as far as it did. He thought it was just
that's because the black media kept focused,
and so they are. Now it's getting more attention and more traction because it's more. Because I remember back in the 90s when my mom was like, hey, they taking, and I think it was Dr. Claude Anderson, if I'm not mistaken, they're taking the case for reparations back to Congress, and, we need to all sign this petition. I remember signing. And then they basically said, don't come back to us with this mess no more.
Right.
That was in the 90s, and so people went away.
Right.
But now people are much more awake, and they're not going away. So
I don't think people are awake. I think they're just tired.
Well, whatever. But I'm interested in seeing what's going to come out of the talks, what they're going to say. Nobody really knows. But I think we really need, not just saying this about you, because I've talked to a lot of people, we need to get out of the habit of shooting down people who are trying to help us. Like, we're not at we shouldn't send, okay, we have a problem with people like Steve Harvey. Okay,
I was going to bring that up just now.
Because we know his thing was self-serving. We don't know it, and I know for Danny Glover to be an activist.
Yeah, so do I.
So,
like I said, I loved him in The Color Purple.
Oh no,
that is how you're supposed to. That brother wasn't acting,
right? But we need to, let's see what they got to say instead of well, they shouldn't go.
But what I'm saying is,
Danny's how old?
Danny's got to be in his late 60s
or 70s.
Right.
He got
Right. No. Big props to him for being invited. But what I'm saying is, we shouldn't. I want everybody. We don't need to be talking.
We know that.
Okay, and we know that. What I'm saying is, along with Danny Glover, there should be some lawyers there. There should be some economists there.
But we don't know who's going to be there.
I know. But and isn't that funny? The issue that has to deal with us, and we don't even know what's going on.
Well, I say this. Big ups to Danny Glover and the whole host of all the other people who are serious about getting reparations for black people for going up there on your day off where you could be golfing with white folks and doing all the other stuff because you got your money. Because that's the thing. People understand they got their money.
Right, but see, that's why I'm skeptical and I'm cautious. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not here to bash Danny Glover or any successful person. But what I'm saying is it's the curveball. They use the same thing because it always works. Hey, come on, y'all. Trump ain't so bad. Give the man a chance.
Right.
Your girl, the singer.
Who?
Michelle, what's her name is?
I mean, Chrisette Michelle.
Yeah, Chrisette Michelle. You know, I'm trying to unite everybody.
She was trying to cash a check.
See, and that's what I'm saying. I like Danny Glover, and I'm just saying, be careful.
So they're actually going on Juneteenth. That's when they're supposed to go.
And I think it's important that you guys pay attention. I'm not saying sit there and watch C-SPAN and all that. The thing is, don't get too excited, is what I'm saying. Because Generation Fail especially likes to make a big deal over nothing.
Well.
Okay? And what I mean by big deals, they'll say, see, we're doing something. No, you're not doing anything. We need tangibles. I'm going to stick on that. That is my thing. Tangibles. We don't need to talk. They didn't talk for the Jews. They didn't talk for the Asians. They damn sure ain't talking, giving all these benefits to the Hispanics. Mm-hmm. No questions that they're not even a damn citizen. They're giving them benefits.
Right.
So why is it when it comes to black folks, we got to talk?
Well,
cut the fucking check.
I'm going to tell you what the issue is. And I was just trying to see here because it actually is going to take place tomorrow to see if there's any,
Why isn't Demetra K been invited to Washington?
Well, I would say this. Because, you said there was not very much talking. I'm sure there was some talking. But not as much as they're talking as they're doing with black people as far as reparations. The one thing, and I could be wrong, but I doubt it, that's missing that those other people had was unity.
Okay.
Those people stick together.
Yes.
We are slowly but surely learning that we need to stick together.
Thank you, black media.
But, so that's missing. Okay. I mean, you think about it. Like I say, even within the ADOS community and, a whole host of other black medias and things like that, people fight. Yeah. Like I see last week, two people, and it wasn't you, okay. Two people, I won't say their names. Mm-hmm. You guys, if you watch black media, you probably know who they are. They're fighting. Mm-hmm. It's a guy who's, very well known in the black community, and a girl, or a lady, I should say, who's kind of come on the scene within the last, I guess, year. Mm-hmm. She's calling him, you fat mother effer, big neck, whoop-de-whoop, right. You blah, 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 you blah, blah. And he's trying to be cordial about it, but he was just basically saying, I didn't know that, it was going to turn out like this.
Right, I didn't know you were a hoe.
But it was just like, and y'all trying to represent the black community, and people really go to your channels to see if you have some wisdom to give them, and y'all arguing about nigga shit.
Right.
So that's what's missing with black people. We lack unity. We don't, if somebody tries to become a leader, you got a whole
drag them down.
Yeah.
Drag them down.
Somebody tries to drag them down instead of saying, okay, let's see what you can do. Everybody, you got all these people who want to be the leader. No, I want to be the big, the HNIC. I want to be the king daddy of the conscious movement. And, it's like, that's not helping us. So when you go back to say, well, we need to have a conversation, why do we need the research? We know it's bullshit.
Yeah.
We know that's, some of them say, okay, niggas, we working on it.
Right, but that's what I'm trying to make sure that it's okay to have a conversation, but keep your eye on the prize. We got to talk about the money.
There's more power in unity. Numbers and unity.
Yes, I understand that.
Kermit the Frog can go to Congress and talk about reparations and talk, gibberish, but if we don't hold him accountable or Congress accountable, then they're going to keep doing it. Now we're at an age, in almost 2020, we have the new elections coming up, where the Democrats know, whoever, that they got to be talking something tangible for black people now. Otherwise, they're not going to get our votes. They might, like you say, not my words, your words. They might get Generation Fails. Mm-hmm. That's probably a sure thing. But the
Generation Fail, those are the baby boomers.
Yeah, those are the ones votes they'll probably get. But everybody else is like, nah.
Exactly.
Nah. They gotta, because Democrats need the majority of black people to vote for them.
Yes, but I want everybody, whatever side you're on, to pay attention. Because here's what I'm going to look for out of Danny Glover and the author guy. I forgot his name. I'm sorry.
Ta-Nehisi Coates.
Ta-Nehisi Coates.
I'm probably saying it wrong.
Yeah,
but it sounds like it.
But here's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
When he's up there, I'm looking to listen to hear him quote how much it would be. Wait.
Well, he says it in his article.
No, exactly. And he really lowballed that. But that's okay. But at least he had a number. But what I'm saying is that's what we got to pay attention to the fat meat, okay? To the fat meat of the issue, the economics of the issue. Because they can sit up there and quote, like we can sit up here and quote all day long what we need to do, whatever deal is. What's Congress going to say? How are we going to pay for it? That's the things we got to...
They going to pay for it by not getting our votes if they don't come up with something.
And that's what I'm saying. Works. And that's what I'm saying. Danny Glover, when they ask him questions, well, according to our statistics and the people that we've researched, whatever, we're talking about $10 trillion a year over a 15-year period.
Right. Well...
And then I want to hear Congress's response. And it's funny, watch how the Congressional Black Talkers will defend not doing it.
Well, we know that. We know that, but it's our fault. 2,000% our fault.
Y'all fault.
No, our fault.
Y'all fault.
The collective's fault for continuing to send those people to Washington. It is our fault that we allow people like Maxine Waters and Sheila Jackson Lees, God bless her, and all the whole host of them.
John Conyers. In there so long to where you left in disgrace.
It's our fault that they keep coming back to the neighborhood saying, well, yeah, this time we're going to. Oh, yes.
But look what they're doing for DACA and the Dreamers.
Right, but that's our fault, though, because we keep, looking for the crumbs that they drop. But they
drop it all.
They give the big piece of chicken to DACA, the LGBTQ, whatever, community, and they give them the big piece of chicken, and we get the crumbs, and we're satisfied with that. And so it's our fault that they've allowed to continue to dangle the carrot in front of us.
Yes, I agree with that.
Now we're saying we want to bite that motherfucker.
Yes. Also, like I said, please pay attention to that. If there are no economic numbers in this discussion, it's bullshit. The whole thing is a waste of time because the Congressional Black Talkers are just saying, see, we're working, see, we're doing something. It's a distraction.
Listen, again, even if they go in there and say, well, we're going to talk about it. No. What you're going to do is talk about it, or you ain't going to talk about it when it comes time for you to get my vote. So you better talk about it while got the chance to do it. So again, they have this saying called "We the People." I don't think we really know what that means. Black people, in every way, shape, and form, have been used and abused, and we allow it to happen. We are no better, no disrespect, but we're no better than a domestic violence victim.
Wait a minute, stop.
No, stop.
I did not abuse that woman.
Yes, he did. We're no better than Tina Turner, than when she stayed with somebody who was whooping her ass and she knew he was no good for her.
Wait a minute.
We need to be the Tina that at the end of the movie whooped his ass.
Wait a minute. Wait a cotton-picking minute.
Watch your mouth.
He said that if she was going to check herself out of the hospital, he would have came and,
No. Right. And that's exactly what these Congress, especially these black Congress people or, assemblymen, whoever they are, that's exactly what they do. Well, I know I didn't come through for you, but at least I picked you up from the hospital. I know I put you there.
What's his name? Uncle Tom, number 3 in the house.
John Lewis?
No, number 3.
Clyburn.
Clyburn.
Uh-huh.
Uncle Tom Clyburn.
He's done the research.
78 years old. And this man, this is why you guys got to pay attention. If he's saying it, what the rest of them, what are they saying? I thought welfare was reparations.
He's just...
That's the mindset of Generation Fail. We made it. You get yours. I'm getting mine.
But let me ask you this. How was he allowed to continue to be voted in after making such a stupid statement?
I'm glad you asked that question. We have to get politics, money out of politics. Period.
But we got got to put sense in the politics.
Of course. But the biggest problem is the money in the politics. He wouldn't be in the position that he's in if he wasn't willing to sell his fucking soul, and the white establishment in South Carolina that backs him, because he isn't getting his money from his constituents. That's for damn sure.
But he can't get that money and be in that position to get the money if it wasn't for his constituents. And so he keeps making comments like that.
But what I'm saying is, when you have money in politics, you can put up signs, you can do that, and you just mislead. He wouldn't get that money if it came directly from his constituents.
Right. But again, you know, regardless of where he get the money from, the money can't put him in office. The people and their votes put him in office.
How do you know?
That's the way it's supposed to work.
The Russians could have hacked the ballots.
Don't matter. Up until Russians hacking ballots, that's how they get in there, is through the people. I wouldn't continue to vote for somebody who keeps dogging me and saying stupid stuff.
I agree with you, but I disagree with you. How he keeps getting in there, and especially all of these representatives in the black community, apathy that is rampant in our damn community.
Okay, but whether it's apathy, slapathy, whatever, we still keep voting for them.
Yes.
If the apathy goes to your comment about Ike and Tina. Well, I did come pick you up, and yes, you did. You did come pick me up, even though you put me in the hospital. Right. You know.
No, but here's my thing. You get a little soundbite. I'm claiming my time. We love to be, like you said, entertained.
Yeah,
we love that.
The Holy Ghost. You know,
and we think, okay, there's another 2 years for Maxine. She's fighting for me.
But what has she done after she's reclaimed her time?
Nothing.
Did you reclaim our time?
Wait. Remember she was saying, well, we got to impeach him, whatever it is. They've silenced that bitch
I ain't heard
completely.
from Maxine in a coon's age.
Exactly.
Whatever the hell that is.
Exactly.
I've not heard from her.
So, you know, all in all, you guys need to pay attention. No matter what side of the fence you're on, pay attention. Because right now, they're talking. And that is a good thing. I don't disagree with you on that. But if they're not talking the economics of it, if that isn't even brought up, it's a show, a dog and pony show.
And you know what I really like about the fact that somebody like Danny Glover, who is an activist, is going to talk about, especially on something symbolic as Juneteenth, is because he represents the baby boomers, or in your terminology, Generation Fail. Mm-hmm. So if he's there speaking to Congress,
that's going to show you how to touch it. But they're
probably going to listen to him because he's considered one of their peers, depending on what he says. Mm-hmm. We don't know.
Now, let me ask you this. And let me show you how slick the Congressional Black Talkers are. They learn from Massa. Why would you have a important discussion like this on Juneteenth? What are a lot of black people going to be doing on Juneteenth? Working. We're going to be out there barbecuing and doing all the other stuff.
Most people did their Juneteenth stuff this past weekend or before that. But I like, because it is symbolic. It's, you know, supposed to be the day that we were free on paper. Mm-hmm. You know, Galveston, Texas was the last one that got it on June 19th. So that's why we sell it, because we weren't all totally free. For those of you guys who don't know about Juneteenth. And so that's symbolic in that, okay, now that we're here on the day of alleged freedom, let's talk about y'all freeing up some money now. Because that was part of the promise when we were let go, or emancipated, if you will, that we were going to give 40 acres in the mule. That didn't happen. It did, but it didn't.
Right. So I want you guys to pay attention to that. And while you're watching it, or if you're out there eating your big piece of chicken and enjoying your family time, you guys got to remember, this is fact. They didn't talk when they gave the Asians their money. They didn't talk when they gave the Jews their money. Why America gave Jews reparations for something that we didn't do, I will never understand.
Because the Jews, the Asians,
yes, they stick together. I understand.
They stick a mighty blow.
I understand.
When they hold their money.
Yes, I understand. But so I want you guys to think about that, and you guys should be mad about that. You didn't cut the check. You should be saying the same thing that a lot of us are saying. Cut the check. Cut the bullshit. You didn't do all that with them, and then you didn't ask them, well, what are you going to spend the money on? It doesn't matter. Like you said, D, why aren't you invited up to Washington? Because D said this: you cut us the check, we're going to put the money right back in the economy.
I mean, if they were smart, you know, that's what they would give it to them, because 97% of that is going to come back. But while this is the one thing we can benefit from these so-called talks. While they're talking, we need to preach and teach and reach each other and say, listen, I don't believe in the if. When we get this money, We need to talk to each other. Like, seriously, have this conversation. Don't take your ass and get no Jordans and, weaves and gold. Let's put this money to work so we can be free of this oppressor and this devil that keeps mowing us down in cold blood, locking us up, disproportionate. Let's do something with this money instead of giving it back to them. Otherwise, we don't need it.
Right, absolutely. I also want to bring up, and we talked about this on the Demetra K show, it's very important. How many of you guys remember, her name is Horsford? She was a lady that was found dead in Georgia. She had gone to a adult slumber party. Some people are saying it's a swingers party or whatever it was. All the white women were there.
It was a soccer mom party.
Yeah, soccer mom party, and the only black woman there, and she was the one that ended up dead.
Right.
Remember people like Sandra Bland, lady, a traffic ticket.
Oh, Sandra Bland?
Yeah, Sandra Bland. She ends up dead. All these mysterious deaths that are happening. Now, I know a lot of people might think that I'm crazy or whatever it is. Do you know what a ghoul is?
A ghoul is like a ghost or a demon or something like that.
Yeah, a ghoul but you have these things.
Kamala Horsford.
Kamala Horsford. Yeah. If you guys haven't heard her story, you guys need to check it out, because here's why I say keep remembering these incidences. That county she was in ran all the black people out of there in 1920 or whatever the deal is. It is so, and her death was ruled an accident.
Right. They said alcohol.
Right. But if you look at some of the facts of the case, it does, just like Sandra Bland, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, they're saying her alcohol level was 0.238%, which is almost 3 times the legal limit.
She'd be dead.
For driving.
Yeah, for driving. Okay. But you know what I'm saying? And then, her injuries. How many of you guys remember Mitrice Richardson?
Mm-hmm. I remember.
People, in all seriousness, you need to wake up. White supremacy is on the rampage.
They're talking about marijuana and Xanax were also found in her system.
Okay. Now, this goes back to what I've been saying about, I talk to my nieces and and people like that, because people never believe me that I ever smoked weed. They go, everybody does it. No, everybody doesn't. The reason why I'm terrified of doing shit like that is just what Demetra K said to me years ago. You don't know what they're cutting that shit with.
Right.
All it takes is one hit and your brain is fried. Now, in the Mitrice Richardson case, even though that was suspicious, and by the way, Kamala Harris backed the law enforcement in that case, a black woman against black woman.
Right.
Just dogged him out. And Mitrice Richardson's dad even said, y'all vote for this woman, y'all a damn fool.
Right.
I have no doubt, of all the homeless people that I see, I saw a guy yesterday walking, just white boy, looked like a foot was in his ass and he's trying to hold up his pants and he's just frazzled. How does a person get like that?
Oh, God, how much time we got?
And don't get me wrong, I know there's mental illness and stuff, but that isn't mental illness. What I saw wasn't mental illness. That was a guy that probably, tried something real bad and it just fizzled the brain. It's a possibility. It's always a possibility. It's not going to happen to me. It could happen to anybody.
And that's a good thing, too, because a lot of times, especially speaking about homelessness, since that's where we're going to go with this, a lot of times, not saying you, but a lot of times people have preconceived notions about how people become homeless.
Right.
I think overall, a lot of people think, oh, they're just lazy.
Right.
Or, whatever, something negative, and a lot of times it's not true. And I'll tell you guys a story. I probably told you guys this once before. I was downtown Riverside doing legal stuff.
Okay, gotcha. You weren't on university?
I was actually, but that's not what I was doing. I was actually on university. You guys don't know, University Boulevard is where you get to tricking and stuff.
Yeah, in Riverside.
But I wasn't doing that. Okay. I was actually, conducting business, if you will. So I ran across a guy who was homeless. And I got to start talking to him. He was 23 years old, young kid. And it was actually the day after Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. And normally he would go to the church to go get a hot meal and things like that. And he's
get cleaned up
on the street. Mm-hmm. But they were closed that day because it was the day after Thanksgiving. They were closed. So he was talking to me. And so as I'm talking to him, I text my daughter because I had to take the car. I said, bring him bring him 10
a box of
cheeseburgers and a whole bunch of stuff, and she did. So she ended up, and so while I'm waiting for her, he's telling me that he is homeless. Check this out.
Okay.
He is homeless because he was urinating outside in public, as some people do. You shouldn't do it, but he did.
You gotta go. Mm-hmm.
A white woman walked by with her child, called the police, and they arrested him for sexual, whatever
DBNC
it was,
and
he has
exposure.
to register as a sex offender for the rest of his life.
Ruined.
So he's on the street. He can't go stay in a homeless shelter. You know why?
He's a
sex offender.
Mm-hmm.
The church can't help him and let him stay and all that. You know why?
Sex offender.
He's a sex offender. Yeah. He can't go to Georgia to live with his grandma because he's on probation or parole.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This guy is stuck.
Right.
And he's homeless.
Mm-hmm.
Can't feed himself. He's a kid. This guy is a baby. 23. And he can't feed himself. And so a lot of times when we pass by people on the street, we think, they just done the other. No, he just violated it because he's peeing. And she felt like she did. Like, keep moving. Why you gotta call the police on him for? We don't get into that type of thing in my segment.
Okay.
But
right. But but what I'm saying is when it comes to the drugs now, in a lot of these situations, the Sandra Bland, the Maitrice Richardson, they said she was having a mental breakdown, but what they didn't tell you in the case, if you read the case, I read the case because I thought it was very interesting. No doubt the police killed that woman, in my opinion.
Oh, for sure they did.
Okay. However, she was under the influence of marijuana, which is not a crime. Which is not a crime. Okay, she's under the influence doing her thing. That's fine. But I'm finding in a lot of these cases, marijuana or some kind of drug is involved. Now, I'm not telling people what to do, what not to do. All I'm saying is for the young people out there, I'm telling you, in a lot of situations, you don't need to get high to have a good time. That's my message.
Just like you don't have to take your clothes off.
Yeah. You don't have to take our clothes off. Who sang that?
Don't tell me. Jermaine. Don't tell me. Jermaine. Tell me.
Stewart. Jermaine Stewart.
All these other names came to mind, but yeah.
Yes.
That was actually Jody Wiley's
buddy. Yeah, good buddy.
Friend.
But, but a lot of these cases, there was a case of a girl in Virginia. She went to get her hair done and she was abducted, and they never found her body. The white guy that supposedly killed her was convicted within less than a year. That's how quick justice was over there. Again, he alleged that he met her because they were trying to buy weed. And what I'm looking at with the rise in homelessness here in California, it seems that the homelessness has increased with the medical marijuana access that has increased. I'm not saying that that's the case. In my opinion, that's what it looks like.
Or could it just be because the rent is too damn high?
That's true, too.
A lot of people cannot sustain themselves in the household. I read a study not too long ago about the working homeless. Yeah. People who have fairly good jobs.
Right,
they
but
just
can't
don't
afford the rent.
they're not physically full on living in their car, sometimes with their kids. They go to school.
They're saying that's a big thing.
Yeah, people
living in homes.
Cars. You try to find a house for a reasonable price in Los Angeles or even this area. It's almost kind of hard to do.
And the sad thing is, if you're going to get a house, let me give you guys some economic advice real quick before I get back to my initial point. If you cannot maintain the house, don't waste your money in buying a house. Because it's an investment and you're losing your investment. Because nobody, you try to sell that house, I'm gonna gut you for everything you got. Because there's no way you're gonna get top dollar when the damn roof has a hole in it. And, and this is not kept up. The shingles are missing and stuff like that. And that's one of our problems. You think, I want to get a house. But can you maintain the house? You got to put that into your budget. If you can't maintain that house or get your damn lazy ass sons off their ass and make them go up there to that roof and put that shingle back on, hey, you're losing in your investment. And that's another reason why a lot of wealth is taken from the black community. Nobody got hurt more than the black community when the recession hit.
Well, that's true. However, because I just know somebody's going to get on here with the facts. So, so that's true. The black people lost the most.
Yes.
Two things. One is because of a lack of education, but more so because of predatory lending.
Yes,
a lot of people, not just black people, but a lot of people suffer from the appeal to authority. Mm-hmm. So if I sit down with my real estate agent or my lender, and because I don't know all the ends, I probably should, but that's why you have lawyers that read contracts and stuff, because they know more than you.
Or contact Donovan and Dimitri, and we'll go over it with you for small fees.
Listen,
for small fees.
Right? But so. You have this systemic racism and institutional racism where they purposely misled black people. And so that's why.
Right. But
that's mostly why we got hurt the most.
No, but what I'm saying is in our communities, grandpapa, mama had this home, you send it down the generation, it goes to the next kid, and they can't maintain it, even though the house is paid for.
Every generation, we teach less. And we should be teaching those things. If I give my daughter a house, I die. Even if she was to sell it, I don't want you to go trigger it off on red bottoms and all that other. I want you to continue the legacy, but we stop teaching, because we know people who've been left properties and they want to get up off it. They want to sell it and split up the money, or they lose it because they can't pay the tax.
Right now in LA, a stamped house, we're talking about less than 700 square feet, goes for over $1 million. $1 million. Location. And so we got to do better as a people. But back to these deaths. You guys, we got to stop forgetting these people that have been martyred and murdered outright in the street. If we were in any other country, they would have risen up by now and said, that's it. But we go on to the next thing.
So back to your point about reparations and why no one else really had to do as much.
Stay focused.
Yeah, as much talking as we did. That's why.
Right.
We shouldn't have more and more black people being murdered by every damn body. Get mad for a week or maybe not even that no more, and then going away.
Right.
We should be turning shit over.
Exactly.
We don't do that, and I'm not necessarily talking about physically. But just in general, we should be doing that, but we don't. We get mad, we get on Facebook.
Yeah, we're not united.
And then we go away.
Right. And I want everybody to remember this. So while you're out here capping, is that how you say it? Caping. I say capping.
Cape.
Yeah. While you guys are out there caping for the poor Hispanics in cages and stuff, ask yourself this. Are they doing it for your plight? Are they backing you? I have yet to see the Congressional Hispanic Caucus in solidarity for reparations. I have yet to see any of my Hispanic neighbors in solidarity with me in about black people, because you know what it is? They want to get their piece of the pie.
I want your black ass to have more money than them.
And let me tell you something. Even if you gave everybody reparations, if we're already behind, we're going to continue to be behind.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, the Asians should get this, should get it. If we're 200 years behind, we're going to continue to be 200 years behind.
They don't, and they said the majority of white people in America do not want black people to get reparations.
Right, because we would kick their asses.
Not only that,
economically.
They are innately, how can I say this? Just a little evil and racist.
Yes,
They
absolutely.
are. It's just the truth. Like,
absolutely.
Why wouldn't you want me to be well? Why wouldn't you want my family to do okay?
Because this system is established to having somebody on the bottom, and that somebody has always been us.
And then that's we didn't do anything.
And because we're at the bottom and we are brainwashed, we are consumers. We are trained to be consumers. We produce nothing. And they know that, and we know that too, but we refuse to do anything about it. Right. But anyway, you guys, keep your eyes on the prize. Watch this reparations things. Learn from it. Have an opinion about it. Keep focused. Keep these candidates. We got the Democratic things coming up. If they are not talking reparations specifically for black people, it is not reparations if everybody gets it.
Right.
Specifically for black people, you should not be giving them your vote. Hold these elected officials accountable. They cannot win without the black vote. You do have power. We're only 13% of the population. That is powerful.
Tell that to the Democratic Party.
That's right. That is powerful. No legislation could get moved in the Democratic House without the black vote.
That's right.
Those black representatives have to vote it. But do they care? No, they don't. Second hour, Demetra K, what are you going to be talking about?
Oh, we're going to be talking about some relationship stuff with some celebrities in the news.
All right, let's get to it. We're gonna pay some bills real quick, and we'll get right back to it. Stand by.
Thanks.